Today's video is sponsored by Bobby Rail Honda of State College. Go check out their showroom on West College Ave. They got the nicest Hondas in town. Link is in the comments section below. Welcome into another episode of Behind the Wheel, where we take a Penn State famous person and we go on a drive around State College.
I'm back
today.
Again.
Caroline Jurevicious is back, star of the women's Penn State volleyball team. Caroline, thanks for joining me on this ride around State College.
Thank you for having me.
How's everything going? Obviously, we're in like kind of early summer here. You taking any classes?
Yeah, I'm in a business writing class for English. I had a 12-page paper due yesterday, and then I have my internship, which is 4 credit. So, I mean, that counts for something. Yeah, so I'm just honestly probably more slammed right now than I should be. But, you know, otherwise I would just be sitting in my house because it's so empty around here right now. So
that's a good point. State College is boring in the summer, but it's nice. What are you doing for your internship?
I'm working at WJAC 6, which is Channel 6 News, and I'm just doing intern things. Like, they could tell me to go get gas in their car. I'd be like, yup, on it. I'll edit stuff. My first script that I wrote got aired yesterday, read by an anchor. It wasn't read by me, but, like, that's something. Good enough to go on the news. I mean, it counts. So
you're contributing towards it.
I am contributing. Yeah, I mean, usually I'll just press the record and stop button, but a win is a win.
Would you ever, do you think you'd ever be on the news? Would you ever be a little, go out and be like a field reporter or anything like that?
No, I don't think I could, because it's like, I love the job that I'm doing right now, but it's also, at the same time, it's not necessarily what I want to do. I'm kind of just doing it for the exposure to see, like, the different avenues of media, and I don't know. It's just, like, I prefer long form stuff where I could work on things with people like consistently rather than short form where like I'll never see these people again once I go do an interview. Like, it's interesting. I would rather build the relationships and have like the day-to-day mix up.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see that because me and Caroline are actually working on some different content together.
A little bit. Coming
very soon. Be on the lookout for that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, I mean I'm excited for you to really get out there in your broadcast journalism career.
Me too.
Because like you got a great personality on camera, hence why we had to have her on again. And it's fun. She keeps it real. No, we can't get rid of you. I know. No. It's ridiculous.
He's tried.
I have tried. We tried to boot her out. She keeps wanting to come back on. I said, "All right, Caroline. I guess you can come back on the channel again." Definitely did not text you a couple days ago to come on. I said, "Please." Here we are. Here we sit. Caroline.
Yes.
You know, we were talking about your schedule the other day, and then I realized, like, volleyball schedule is not that different than football.
Yeah, and
like,
I got mad at you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you did. Yeah. Because I really didn't realize, like, it's not that different. Like, you guys, because you have camp around the same time, right? It's like in August.
Yeah, we start, like, the exact same days for camp. And, like, I don't know, like, we're practicing right now. We've been back the same amount of time as you guys. Like,
yeah, you guys were playing games, like in the spring.
Yeah, we had 3 full matches. We win West Point, Maryland, and Pitt, which is like Pitt's a Final Four team. West Point's West Point. That's just an intense program, and Maryland's a Big Ten team. Like, we're kind of going right now. So, yeah, yes, we're training hard, Landon.
That'd be like us just like playing Ohio State in the spring.
Yeah, low-key.
Yeah, like that's kind of crazy to think that's what you guys do.
Pretty effing good, so.
All right. Yeah, that's why I gained a lot of respect when you told me like the spring schedule, because normally like that's where I'm like, yo, football's different, like the off season, but like you guys just say that there's a reason. Oh, you're right. Okay. Mm-hmm. There's a reason they're national champs. We weren't. It's all right. I respect it, Caroline. You've been through a lot. Speaking of that, I was curious. What do you think is harder? Fall camp in volleyball, or whatever training your dad put you through growing up?
Okay. I
need the reasoning behind it too.
I can give you, it depends on the day. It depends on the day. If we have one of like the days where it's just a 2-a-day with like 3-hour practices of just like serve, pass, and defense, like that, I mean, that's fine. Okay. It's doable because it's not a lot of jumps. But then if you have a 6 a.m. morning workout with Jurevicious, then you have beach volleyball. You're going to be sprayed down with a hose and rolling in the sand. I don't know.
Is that what comes with that?
Yeah, that's what comes with that. And then you're going to be running up a hill. You're going to be running hills, doing sled pushes up the hill to get your VMOs firing. Yeah.
That's such like a high level athlete thing to do as a dad.
Okay, VMOs. And I'm like focused on like making sure that my knees are bent at the right angle to get that muscle firing. And then there were times when I was like 11, and I would be like passing a ball in the front yard with my dad, and I would like zone out for a sec because I don't know, maybe I'm 11, and he would drop kick the ball down the ravine. He would drop kick the ball down the ravine and tell me to go get it, and then I would bring it back, and then he would kick it again and say, "Now go get it." And I would come back, and he's like, "Good, now we can reset and do it right this time." So it's just like, I mean, stuff like that made me into the athlete I am today, without a doubt.
Yeah.
It's just funny because I tell people this, and they're like, "Are you okay?" I'm fine.
You okay? Yeah, I'm used to it. I'm used to it.
I'm used to this.
Did your sister Ava? Did she get the same treatment?
Oh my God, 1000%. I'd argue that
it was worse.
She had it worse.
Oh.
Which, I mean, because I left for college, so I don't really know what. I mean, I know that they did 5 a.m. sessions in her high school gym. Like, they got the keys to that. And they would go and he would just hit balls at her. So, one thing about us Jurevicious girls, daughters of Joe, we're going to work. I'll tell you that. But, yeah, that was kind of like my preseason before high school ball. Kind of, with my dad.
It's a good way to get warmed up.
I think that's what I would call it.
And obviously both of you and your sister end up here at Penn State, which is right now number one volleyball program in America.
Yep.
What's it like to be playing with your sister? That's like the number one. He got posted like a Q&A for us, and that was like the number one question.
What's it like to play with
Ava?
Ava?
Play with your sister.
Oh my God.
Because you guys won a high school state championship together, right?
We did, yeah. My senior year, her sophomore year, and then she transferred to a high school in Nebraska where she proceeded to win 2 more state championships. So she's winning in the ring department right now.
Oh dang! Okay.
But
Well, you got the natty ring now. So, hey, you know.
But it's really good to play with her. Like, she and I don't live together. We have our lockers next to each other, but like we see each other when we want to see each other. She's like my best friend. She understands me, but we both know when to leave each other alone. So I think that's the best part. That it's like we know when to give space, like that I'll ask her to come hang out, and she does. So it's just nice to have like family here because I love my family like so much. And like, I mean, I miss them. So closest thing, I mean, I'll take Ava, I guess, if I have to.
That's what she's gonna have to do for right now.
She'll be fine.
What? So you guys obviously coming off a great season. You just landed a bunch of really good recruits, right? Like Katie, everybody, y'all are on fire right now.
Yeah, I mean, between the transfer portal and between that and June 15th, which is our recruiting day, it was like within the first 3 days, we got 3 like top 10 recruits, which are like all on the U18 USA national team, which is like maybe U19, it's something like that, but they're all just absurd athletes. They were just here at our like our little camp that we have for all the kids that we're recruiting, and just absolutely firing. I'm like, you guys are playing like you're 21 years old, but you're maybe 16, freshly 16. So we got 3 big guns there, and I mean, I don't know, I think the coaching staff right now is kind of on a roll.
Yeah, they're definitely killing. I'm excited for next season. I think those games gonna be packed, and we're gonna have a great time.
I'm just excited to get back going, like to some sort of a routine, because like every day kind of feels like the same right now.
It does. It gets kind of boring in state college, especially in the summer. Yeah, that is just kind of how it is. You just gotta get through it. Fall will come soon enough, and you can get back to your. Are you taking 12 credits?
12, yeah, something
12,
like that. Because I graduate next May.
And
then I have 2 years left after that. So TBD what I'm going to do there.
Okay.
Probably an MBA.
Yeah, talking about MBA. Little money talk.
I think I'm going to probably get MBA in entrepreneurship to open up my own production firm. I don't know if I've told you that.
Very cool. No, that's the first time you told me. I'm glad you're telling me on camera. That's great.
I know.
All right.
Got to manifest
Production
it.
firm. I'm gonna be your first client then.
You can be.
All right,
Perfect.
cool. Hired already. Look at that.
Sign the doc right now.
We're making deals on camera. This is great.
So you guys can't let this slide.
Yeah,
like this has
keep this on the down low. Caroline, something that obviously, Coach Katie gets a ton of props. She deserves it. She is a dog. But someone I think people don't talk about enough is Megan Hodge-Easy.
What a woman.
What a woman. One of the greatest volleyball players of all time, anywhere ever, is married to former Penn State and NFL player Omar Easy.
Correct.
So they have super children.
Oh my God.
They have 3 kids that are like the most athletic kids I've
They're
had. They're all
ripped.
ripped. They'll get down to like one-hand push-ups and stuff. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Like,
But
they'll just be messing around with the ball in the gym while we're practicing, and I'm like looking over, and they're just like cranking it, probably 80 miles per hour. I'm like, what are you doing? You're 6.
they don't even know. They don't even know yet.
But it's crazy.
Yeah, having her as like a resource. What's that like?
I think she's like the most honest person I've ever met. So if I need to go watch game film, like that's the person I'm going to go talk to, because she knows the game so well. and she could like slow it down in a way while it's happening that it's like, how do you even do that? But to have her as a resource, like, I don't even know if there are words. I don't think I even realize how lucky I am to have her until like I go and I like see her game film highlights. I'm like, that's insane. You are not real. But having her, she's just so sarcastic. She's so funny. Like,
you gotta have those like player coaches too that have been in your shoes. Like she played volleyball at Penn State.
Yeah, she knows.
And knows exactly. Yeah, it's really nice to have that too, especially at a very high level.
Yeah, the fact that our head coach and assistant coach have that, like, I love it. It gives kind of like a camaraderie between us, but also like a respect. Like, you've been through what we're doing right now, but you've done it at the highest level and now you're here. So, I don't know. I think I'd argue I have the best coaching staff in the country right now. Like, I love my coaching staff. Huge fan.
I have to agree. I think everybody else in Nittany Nation is pretty happy that we have him here. That's for sure.
Yeah, just a bit.
Caroline, I couldn't let you get out of here without asking about Big Joe Jurevicious, who I always say when I met him, I remember he came over, like shook my hand, and someone was like, "Yeah, this is Joe," and I'm like, "All right, he played here. Like, I don't know, like this guy might have been like a defensive end or something." And they're like, "Yeah, he was on the '94 team." And I'm like, Jurevicious? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, you played wide receiver? And he just like chuckled and he was like, yeah. And I'm like, there's no way. This guy, he's ginormous.
He's huge.
He looks like a defensive end.
Yeah.
But what's he up to now? Get a little update on what has Joe got going on?
Who knows, dude? I mean, they're moving out to Spruce Creek, my mom and dad from Lincoln. And it's a whole thing with the builders, but they can't move in there until October, like mid-October. So my dad's going to go rent a camper and build it himself.
That sounds like Joe, just build his own, yeah.
Yeah, so they'll be up here like end of this week, which is kind of crazy. But he's going to get his carpenter hat on and get to work. And who knows? I think that plan will probably change by tomorrow because it always does. But mom and dad, I'm with you through this journey.
There we go.
But it's really, really hard to figure out what's going on with you two right now.
That's amazing. That's amazing. That's I when you like told me that he just likes to like fish and like hunt and like after meeting I'm like, yeah, that seems like him. Like that's so right.
He's a man of the woods. He wanted to like leave all the football stuff behind and then like go get a farm. I grew up like he had a farm in Iowa that I would grow up going to. Like we would drive the 12 hours and just in his pickup truck and sit there and we would go shed hunting, which I mean, I'm like 11 years old in the middle of Iowa, which...
Wow, that sounds interesting. Shed hunting.
Shed hunting. It actually...
What even is that?
You look for the antlers that deer shed all over the property. And I don't know. I mean, he like collected them. He wanted to make a chandelier out of them. I really don't know what my childhood was 99% of the time. What was that?
A lot of running around. It sounds like a lot of hard work, too.
A lot of hard work, but a lot of random activities that like... Who does that?
who
does this?
Definitely one of a kind.
I've had original experiences and so have my sister, and I honestly think that a lot of people cannot like converse about this because they're like, what are you doing 90% of the time?
I'm glad you could share a little bit of the craziness in the Jurevicious household.
Thank God.
Yeah. I don't know, what would you do without each other?
I'm not sure. I really don't know, so you need to get her interviewed because she's more.
We're gonna get Ava Jurevicious on here, absolutely. Oh, yeah. Caroline, appreciate you going on a ride with me.
Appreciate you.
Thank you so much, and leave any questions below for Caroline. I'll text her and make her answer you.
Make me come back again and again and again
and again and again. Thank you so much to Caroline. Thank you so much to Bobby Rail Honda of State College for sponsoring this video. Please like, comment, subscribe. Peace.